What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? It's me again, LaShawn Bridges. Thank you for following me on YouTube and thank you for all the comments. For those of you who have not followed me, please follow me and subscribe to LaShawn Bridges up under my YouTube. You can also find me on Facebook under my Facebook name and also up under my blog called The DDO. Every week I will be discussing the up-running candidates for the year 2020 and talking about what news I found and share with you guys weekly, okay? All right, getting into what we're talking about today. We're going to talk about Elizabeth Warren. She's running for president. And I'm going to discuss with you guys today about her rally. It was held in Long Island City, Queens. Long Island City, Queens, according to my notes, is where the Amazon headquarters used to be. She's in the upper middle tier, and she's the third place on the polls from what I found out. And some of her biggest policies are ultra-millionaire tax policy, universal child care policy, and Medicare for all. And I will be discussing all three of these policies with everyone, okay? According to the news on CBSN, the ultra-millionaire tax policy will tax the top 75,000 of the wealthiest families in the country. That's a lot of people that's wealthy. Warren will use this money from the taxes to help pay the universal child care to United States citizens. And she will also use the money from taxes to pay for Medicare for all and the Green New Deal. She plans to also break up big tech companies such as Facebook, Google, and Amazon. And she plans to address Black maternal mortality. She's leading with her top policies, and both Andrew and Elizabeth Warren, they both support the Medicare for all. Both Andrew Yang and Elizabeth Warren are also really specific on creating policies and their plans for each policy. In Elizabeth's rally at Long Island City, Queens, the crowd, of course, they was very excited in what she had to say at the rally. One of her quotes was that the Trump administration is a threat to national security. She quoted. And at this rally, she also discusses about her child care. She goes into details about how she, had hard times during her child care, how her parents lived from paycheck to paycheck. And she discusses about her mother and talks about how her mother wore this dress. And the dress she pulled out, the specific dress was worn for either weddings or funerals or graduations. And she talks about how her mother never worked a job a day in her life until one day they were about to lose their house. So she talks about how her mother one day just, put on that special dress, walked down the street and got her a minimum wage job. And that same minimum wage job saved their house and their family, according to Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth said also in the rally that she feels a full-time job with regular minimum wage is not enough and will not put a mama and a baby out of poverty. She stresses that in her rally. And I agree. A full-time job with regular minimum wage nowadays in 2019 is definitely not enough money. A lot of these jobs pay $8, $9 an hour or less, and they expect you to actually work and take care of your families off of that. In one of those jobs, I have experience with working in childcare. Childcare doesn't pay preschool teachers that much money, so it's definitely not enough money to support a family off of. According to MSNBC.com, Elizabeth Warren has the most extensive policies in election 2020 race, and some of her policies is for electoral colleges to be abolished. She also feels that everyone's vote should matter, and she wants to have national voting. She also feels that minimum wage should be high enough to raise a family, just like Bernie Sanders. He also thinks, he has a policy of the $15 an hour, raising minimum wage to $15 an hour. He believes the same thing. So she also shares, the same similar policies to presidential candidate Bernie Sanders about minimum wage increase, wanting to raise that to a higher increase it to where people make more money on these minimum wage jobs. So on the downside, also, that Elizabeth may struggle though during her elections, presidential candidate campaigns. I feel that she may struggle because America may not be ready for a woman president. Some people may feel that they're not ready to vote for her because women are seen and not seen as as equal in higher office, according to some people. So that might be her down, fall for trying to run for president. But according to Fox News, Elizabeth Warren appears to want to tax big corporations such as Amazon, Google, Netflix, and has different ideas where the money will go. Unlike presidential candidate Andrew Yang's freedom dividend plan of $1,000 a month to every citizen, it seems like that Elizabeth Warren, um, she wants to give this money to invest, in, like I said earlier, in universal child care, pre-K, and the down payment on the Green New Deal. And that sounds great, But Warren, everyone don't have small children. My children, they're adults now. So how would this affect, people that don't have smaller children? So I don't think the child care would matter to people, children that are now adults. Like my children are 19 and 22. One's going to be 23 this summer. So that child care would be good for only for people that, have smaller children that are trying to put their children in pre-K. But what about the rest of the people that, children are now adults? So I do believe that Elizabeth Warren, she doesn't have a freedom dividend plan like Andrew Yang, and that's who my presidential candidate of choice is, Andrew Yang. I feel that his freedom dividend is not just looking out for a Pacific group, or a Pacific age group. It's looking out for all ages of everybody, money for all citizens that are 18 years of age and older. So I feel like Elizabeth, along with other presidential candidates, I don't think nobody actually has came up with an idea that is equal to what presidential candidate Andrew Yang's idea is. I think that his idea of $1,000 every month to every citizen of the United States is better than a lot of these presidential candidates' plans. But I do agree with a lot of Elizabeth's plans and her policies, and she is very strict on trying to actually come up with policies for all people to be able to benefit from somewhat, as far as in childcare and healthcare policies and things like that. So she's not seeming to me that she's just talking a good talk. She actually has policies in place and actually can tell us what kind of policies that she has in place. But I just don't feel that she, along with anyone else, have a policy that is as good as Andrew Yang's policy of $1,000 a month to every citizen, which is like $12,000 extra every year in everybody's household. So until she has a plan like that, I feel like Andrew Yang would be my runner up as far as in first choice of president that I would choose for president, that I would vote for. Elizabeth, I feel like she does have a good heart in what she wants to do as far as in policies. And I would probably vote for her in second place, would be my second choice for president. But anyway, we'll discuss more later. So continue to follow me on YouTube as I discuss other presidential candidates and as I go into their policies. And follow me and like my posts if you want to see more. And see you next time. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Don't forget. Bye-bye.